Hi, I am Christina Tahel, the co-executive producer of One Mountain, Many Paths. I have the honor and opportunity to study first principles of reality as they have been formulated by Dr. Marc Gafni and Barbara Marx Hubbard. They, guided by grace, have worked together for over 100 collective years to articulate in precise formulations the story of the new human and the new humanity. First principles constitute a universal grammar of meaning, or what has been called the new story, or a global ethos for a global civilization. Here, I recapitulate pivotal sections of first principles in direct quotes from the prior week's One Mountain, Many Paths broadcast. I hope these teachings will activate in you a heart inflamed and committed to changing the world with outrageous love. So here goes the recapitulation. The new existential risk, not the death of humanity, but the death of our humanity, the dehumanizing creep of machine intelligence. What happens when we become irrelevant? When the issue isn't as it was in the 20th century, exploitation, but the issue of the 21st century is that most human beings in the world won't hold jobs because AI has taken over. What happens when we are no longer needed as customers? That's where the real threat is, and it's real. Now we're needed as customers. But what happens when this very, very tiny elite that is controlling the AI world in a world of scarce resources no longer needs most human beings? If there's not a script of unique self that shapes our policy, if there's not a movement towards unique self symphony that shapes our education, in the 21st century, the challenge is not exploitation. The challenge is that most of humanity becomes irrelevant. But we were meant to be here. The anthropic principle, which points out the fine tuning of the cosmos for the emergence of humanity, the principle that says that actually our deep inwardness is the space we create meaning. We're not alone. Before there was a human neocortex, there was mitosis and meiosis. We are at home in the cosmos. Unfortunately, for countless writers in the Googleplex world, the inward space of creation of meaning is irrelevant. Rather, meaning is created by markets acting upon us, and the entire internet is built to tune and herd us into a benign, effective social unit. This will destroy our very humanity. We become replaceable. When we become replaceable and we're not needed, then we're an utter disaster. Then we face yet another existential risk, the death of our humanity. Uniqueness, though, happens to be a first principle of cosmos. The evolution of uniqueness is structural to cosmos. The irreducible dignity of every human being is that we've got a unique quality of intimacy, which is not part of hive intelligence. We've got a unique perspective. We have an irreducible, unique way of being and becoming. We have a song to sing and a poem to write and a story to live that is irreducibly significant. We are not merely separate selves. We are unique expressions of the one. We are part of the field of consciousness. Reality itself intended us. Human dignity is based on the fact that we're not exchangeable cogs and we're not just acted upon. We are here together to meet these challenges in which no human voice is lost and every human being emerges together in this larger explosion of outrageous love. That's a force that can sweep away all tyrannies, whether they're ostensibly benign tyrannies with smiles on their faces or the more overt forms. We are not alone. We're not objects. We are creative subjects. All human beings are born creative. The entire evolutionary impulse, the creativity of cosmos lives in each of us individually and uniquely.